CSI KFC is back, baby. Hi, everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Sorry. Hi. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Raised on Pop with Grant. I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. And we're here to talk about a movie, a highly anticipated one at that. Movies and TV that we do here, and that movie is Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, is written and directed by Rian Johnson, whose previous work includes Brick, The Brothers Bloom, Looper, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, and Knives Out. This is a standalone sequel to that film. He's one of my favorite directors, and Knives Out was one of my favorite movies of 2019. So, what is Glass Onion Knives Out Mystery about? Well, it is actually very much a standalone sequel with the exception of the ace detective Benoit Blanc. When we meet him, it is at the height of the pandemic in 2020, and he's sort of feeling somewhat rudderless, and he, along with some various assorted characters, are invited via a very strange puzzle box to a party weekend run by billionaire Miles. He's played by Edward Norton. And he says, at this party, you will solve my murder. It's a murder mystery party. Among the various people who shows up includes the airheaded former model and actress Birdie, played in her best role since Almost Famous by Kate Hudson, as well as Birdie's loyal assistant Peg, played by the awesome Jessica Henwick. Also on the roster includes a former scientist pal and cohort of Norton's. He is played by Leslie Odom Jr. You also got Catherine Hahn as a woman who's running for office, who is a former friend of his as well. Dave Bautista as a men's rights, alt-right, that's what it's called, alt-right dickhole, YouTuber, and his beautiful but seemingly kind of airheaded girlfriend, who is played by Madeline Klein, in, I think, a pretty great role, scene-stealing role. And also along for the ride, among the motley group of guests, is the ex-wife / business partner of Miles. She is played by Janelle Monáe. She is the kind of the Marta of Cabrera of this movie. And Benoit Blanc. But here's the thing. Miles tells Benoit, I didn't invite you, but while you're here, wouldn't it be legit to have an actual detective? What a neat idea. So he decides to stay, and then wouldn't you know it, pesky bodies start piling up. And soon Benoit Blanc is on the case to solve another murder. And the suspects are once again another motley crew of kind of detestable people, and one lone good guy suspect. Who done it? And what is the deal with this mysterious fortress-like building that he looks like, that looks suspiciously like a glass onion? What secrets does it hold? Let the comedy, satire, mystery, action, adventure, drama, thriller, twisty mind game begin. So, Glass Onion Knives Out Mystery is that rarest of things, a legitimately great stand-alone sequel. I loved Knives Out, and I loved Glass Onion. And here's the thing. I don't think it's fair to make this say if it's better or worse, because here's the thing. It's so different. It is basically its own thing with the exception of Daniel Craig. I'm trying to be as careful as I can, because this is another instance like The Menu where I don't want you to know anything. What I gave you was the log line. Like, all of that you can see in the trailer. This movie is twisty, and the thing is that it does its weird deconstruction thing differently than the first Knives Out, so it doesn't feel like they're just playing the hits. The twists keep coming. It's a really impressive idea that he's come up with here with these stories. I don't know how he can keep it up. I know there's going to be a third film, The whole cast is phenomenal. Especially Dave Bautista is sort of a standout as sort of one of arguably the most detestable of all the human beings. Madeline Klein, like I mentioned, who I am not familiar with. Apparently, she's only other major role she's had is on that show Outer Banks. I've never watched Outer Banks. She's great. She is really, really funny in this movie and really kind of a scene stealer. And another big standout, and I think her best showcase since her work in Hidden Figures, is Janelle Monáe is great in here. And without giving too much away, the way that the movie's plot works, she kind of has to do sort of the heavy lifting among the new characters, and she's great in the movie. And all of that is brought together. Kate Hudson, like I mentioned, Jessica Henwick, Catherine Hahn gets some good lines in there. There's a really great Jared Leto joke and a great sweatpants joke. I think it is in some ways a little bit funnier and more outwardly comic than the first movie, which I actually didn't mind at all. Let me put it this way. My friend who's never seen Knives Out went to see this movie, and he loved it. So that should tell you something. On its own. It's funny, the satire of alt-right YouTube trolls and dirty politicians, and the fact that Kate Hudson's character is in hot water because she has a tendency, and is not allowed to use her phone, she has a tendency to tweet awful shit, are all done in a very darkly funny way. And then again, all of it's brought together by Benoit Blanc. I'm going to say something somewhat controversial. This is my favorite Daniel Craig character. Yes, I think he's better. I like this character even better than his James Bond. And what I love about this character is he's not bumbling because he's smart. But there's this kind of mix of enthusiasm and just enthusiasm of solving the case and just befuddlement at the idiots he has to deal with to do it that I love about this character in both films. And because I rewatched the first Knives Out not long ago. I watched it a couple weeks ago again for the first time in a bit. Of course, I saw it when it first came out more than once. And it just felt... I love getting to see this with an audience. For those who don't know, the few who don't, this is a Netflix original. It is playing in over 600 theaters just for the week of Thanksgiving week, and then it'll drop on Netflix over Christmas weekend. I implore you, if you have a theater nearby that's showing this movie, see it in a theater. See it with an audience. This is a film to be seen that is meant for theaters. It just happened to be picked up by Netflix. This is a great movie to watch with an audience. We were in a packed audience, much like the first Knives Out, and it was palpable, the sense of fun in the air. Everyone was having a good time, and the ending of this movie is arguably more cathartic than the ending of the first one, and that's one of the most cathartic endings of the decade, the film that just ended. So, I really loved Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, and I don't want to say any more. I want you to see the movie. Yeah, go see it right now. It's, alright, and Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery, yeah, just like the first one, you see it. Bang, 5 out of 5 stars for Glass Onion, a Knives Out Mystery. That's honestly kind of a clunky title altogether. Let's call it Glass Onion. Glass Onion gets 5 stars. This is a great franchise. And I know I said it after when they announced the second one. I genuinely don't know how Rian Johnson's going to top himself with a third film, but I can't wait to see him try. This was so much fun. Anywho, yeah, I love this movie. So, that is it. 5 out of 5 stars for Glass Onion. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash. We actually could talk some trailer trash because I saw it in a movie theater for once. Magic Mike's Last Dance. We talked about this once before. This looks really, really good. I like these films. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania. Talked about it. Looks good. Megan. Yas Queen Girl Boss Slay. Child's Play 2019. Yeah, looks dumb. Avatar The Way of Water. We're going to see it on the 15th. I'm kind of getting sick of talking about it. 80 for Brady. This actually looks really funny. It's Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin. It's a particularly crazy Grace and Frankie adventure. And then, it's a nice show. If you have, by the way, just real quick, because I have a little extra time. If you have time, look up the SNL skit Game of Thrones / Grace and Frankie rap, where it's like Pete Davidson and like, DJ Khaled and Paul Rudd rapping about how much they love Grace and Frankie. It's the funniest shit ever. And it's relatable, because I didn't like Game of Thrones that much. I love Grace and Frankie. Loved that show. Anyway, but it's Fonda and Tomlin, and then it's like, Rita Moreno and Sally Field, and they're these four. It's a true story, but they're these four 80-year-old women who are Tom Brady fans, and they like go on like a road trip to go see him play, I guess, in the Super Bowl and shenanigans, and it looks really funny. Yeah, looks like fun. Sally Field writes Rob Gronkowski erotica. I was like, that's kind of funny. That looks really funny. Plane looks silly. I don't know. And then A Man Called Otto. We've talked about this. This looks good. All right. That is. And was there shawarma? No, there was not. Okay, we will be back. Except they did like the clue cards thing, like they did in the first movie. All right, but nothing other than that. All right, we will be back. Either tomorrow or Friday. I might move it up to tomorrow, depending on how early Thanksgiving gets out. If not, expected by Friday. No later than Friday night, we'll have reviews of the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special and the Fablemans. The Fablemans might come before Guardians of the Galaxy, it just depends. Then we'll have reviews coming up this weekend for Devotion, Strange World, and Fantasy Football. That'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all. I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. Appreciate you all. I love how classes missed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does, but that's what you're supposed to do. Or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's, hey Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. Some of your, if you want to find me on reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, you can check me out on Letterboxd.com at Raising Popcorn with Grant. On Twitter, I'm at Raise Grant. You can also find me on Facebook, Raising Popcorn with Grant. I'm on Serialized. I'm all one word, all lowercase, Raised on Popcorn. Check out my podcast, Raising Popcorn with Grant, the podcast on Spotify and Anchor. Some of you already have, but even if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important, and I want to know down below. What did you think of Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below, let me know. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. And catch you guys next time. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving.